Okay, we're going to be looking at order of operations again. This is a second try at this. My computer's working now. Okay, now I think. So we're going to try this again. My writing is very sloppy, but my pen is behaving strangely. So see if you can read it. Order of operations is just a way of deciding on an agreement between how we're going to interpret a series of operations like adding and subtracting, dividing and multiplying. And we have to agree on the way that we're going to do it, otherwise we can get lots of different. So, for example, if we had something like this, if we didn't solve this in the same way, one person might say it's 2 times 3, 6 plus 1, and get 7. Another person might do it this way. 2 times 3 plus 1 is 2 times 4, and get a totally different answer, 8. So we have to agree on what it is we mean when we say 2 times 3 plus 1. And that is by establishing the idea of order of operations. Order of operations have been decided it's going to be this way. You have first brackets, and then you have exponents. We're not going to be doing exponents in this unit because we're working on decimals, but that's something you have to think about in the future. And then division or multiplication is third in priority. Division or multiplication, not division before multiplication, division or multiplication. And that means that you're just going to work from left to right, L to R, and whatever division or multiplication comes first, from left to right. And then the last thing you do is addition or subtraction, and that is also left to right. It is not addition before subtraction, it is addition or subtraction. And you just go from left to right. Look at an example here. So we have a series of operations, and we have to make sure that we all do it in the same way. So we look at our order of operations and see if there are any brackets. There are none. And we look for exponents. There are none. So now we have to do division or multiplication, whatever comes first. In this case, there's only multiplication. So I'm going to do this part of the problem first. And I'm going to show doing that first by drawing two little lines here to show that I'm doing this operation. 3 times 2.2 is 6.6. Okay, if you need to do the work off to the side, that's fine. And then I have other operations to do, like adding the 2.1. So I'm going to write it down here. I'm going to show my steps, 2.1 plus 6.6. Now my next step is, this one's pretty obvious, final step. Oops, it turned green for some reason, and that's going to be 8.7. Okay, and I've solved it. And that's pretty straightforward. Had I added this first, I would have broken order of operations, and I've got a different answer. So let's take a look at another example. Look at this example, 2.2 plus 3.1 times 0.5 plus 0.2. So we look at bedmass. It says do brackets first, so I have brackets. And so I have to do this first. Although it contains addition, the brackets tells me I have to do this bit first. Okay, so I'm going to do that bit by drawing some lines here to show that I'm adding 2.2 and 3.1. I get 5.3. If you need to do calculations, do it off on the side. And then I'm just simply going to write down all of the other operations that haven't been done yet. Copy it down. Okay, now I have to look at my order of operations. What's next? I have to do division or multiplication. So here I have 5.3 times 0.5. I'm going to do that before I do any of the adding of 0.2. So I'm going to put some lines here. Okay, and I may want to do this off to the side here. Don't forget, you can use, oops, I don't know why it's switching on me like that. Just multiplication, use estimation. This is 5 times a half. That's a half. 5.3 times a half, 0.5. That's about 5 times a half, about 2.5. Use that to place your decimal. So 3 times 5 is 15. 5 times 5, 25 plus 1, 26. Place my decimal. It's going to go right there. Oh, why does it do this? 2.65. Okay, so I'm going to write that down, 2.65, and I still have to add the 0.2. So I do one step at a time, and my final step is to add those, and I get it 2.85. And there we go. So write out each step. Don't skip steps. Make sure you're doing division or multiplication, then addition or subtraction. Work from left to right. Okay, so if you had something where you had division and multiplication, it doesn't matter the order, just work from left to right. And that's it.